And welcome. Let's make sure everything is running smoothly, and then we can get it started. It looks like it is. And let's see if the other one is. Good. Excellent. So let's get this started. Shall we? I have to put up like 80 windows. I need a third monitor. Well, anyway, let's get to it. It's time to start the Chronicles of Neckpuncher. I will be voice acting this whole thing. Hello, Lewis Griffiths. Welcome. So, yeah. Unfortunately for this, Shadowrun Returns, it updated. And no! I always do that. Let's just do this and get this out of the way. Yeah, just close it. I have a bad save, so if I go to load it, the game will just crash. But anyway, let's actually get to it. What I was going to say is that Shadowrun Returns updated to Dragonfall. I can't change it back to the original art, which I like much better. But let's go ahead and get it started. Just playing on normal. I'm just getting through the story. I've played it on hard. I don't particularly like it, because it just means that you hit less and enemies hit harder. I guess it's more like a badly run campaign. But anyway, it was voted on. And yeah, because I think we were going for a troll named Neckpuncher. Let me verify it, though. I always have trouble with this. Trolls and orcs are so similar. Really, the only difference is like one stat point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a troll. Because I think the orc was the street samurai. If it's wrong, whatever. Piss off. And we should probably go for a custom, only because physical adepts and street samurais. Well, actually, it should go for just an adept, but without using any of the adept skills. Street samurai is probably better. And let's see which cheese ball we want to pick. Let's make Neckpuncher as grotesque as possible. Yeah, I'm liking some of that. I'm pretty sure that one's in all the other games. So let's get started. Yep. Karma, your level up. Basically, Karma, you get points for doing different stuff if you don't know anything about Shadowrun. So I won't need much on quickness, other than some dodge, but dodge isn't that worth it. Strength is the big boy that we're going to need. Lots of strength. And willpower we won't need any of, and charisma is not worth it. So pretty much we're looking for mostly strength, a little bit of body, a little bit of quickness. Well, actually, a lot of strength, a lot of body, a little bit of quickness. So let's see, because I think we'd want close combat up first. Let's just see what the first one is. Additional weapon slot? Yeah, we don't need that. So I'll just put one extra in strength. And Neckpuncher what was voted on, so let's get to it. Down and out. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and it isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now, it's about all you have left. Running in the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day, you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at a 5-star restaurant. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called. The money's run out. And then some. Sinless and free, you starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your new yen. Something needs a change, and soon. Your apartment, 2054. It's 3 a.m. and you've got nowhere to go but down. Let's go ahead and search our table. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, I can't read today. That kind of thing. Let's look at my contacts. I'm not going to read just in specific stuff. We do have Sangoma, which is a hint to something else, but yep, the list goes on. All either dead ends or just plain dead. Personal calendar. It's empty. Nothing to do. Let's put down our depressing notebook. Ooh, we have a call. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. Let's see, where have you been? I haven't heard from you in months. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Finally, someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business, like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners, and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. "3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down." So let's talk to people. Let's talk to Sangoma. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. "We're out in the open here, neck puncher." Let's see. Late for another appointment, Sangoma? "Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Let's wait another 5. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Tough to pick his voice. Dowd. Nobody saw anybody die like that before, idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, neck puncher. It's wet and the rain feels like acid and I want out of here. We wait for the money. Yeah, sure, of course. I'll wait all night if I have to. I don't know, neck puncher. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run, so far. But he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways nine ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. Bastard better show. We need the money. I want to get paid as much as you, buddy, but we need to live long enough to actually drink the new yen we earn. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down. It wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say. Don't you, Larry? Go ahead and spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. You been drinking, Sam? On a run? No, not a drop. Not today, not ever. Something dawns on him. He leans in to New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Yeah, how much do they pay you to sell us out, Larry? He stops. A smile slowly appears on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set me up with a cush corp job. I'm out of this racket. We've got incoming! New Larry relaxes and throws you a Drek-eating grin. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, neck puncher. Ugh, at least we have each other. No. That guy was never my friend. Mine either. I think I'll shoot him. I love how they give me a shotgun. That's so cute. So here's the primary combat. Similar to XCOM. I personally think it's a little better. No, I don't need help. It's time to get over here and punch some necks. 6 damage, come on. There you go, 9 damage. Let's see. Yeah, let's actually do half cover and hit him. Where's the rest of them? Yeah, fists will be plenty weak in the beginning, but they'll increase pretty rapidly. You had that coming. I know people are going to come from the other direction. Good. Well, that was a stupid place to be. This is bad. They have a shaman. Not really. Shamans are not that strong. Well, that hurt just a little bit. I worry more about the mage. Alright. And I don't think I have any items. Oh, I do. Good. So let's see. What do you have in your spell book? You have haste. So let's haste myself. The only one change that I didn't so much like as much in this one is that they updated it and they changed it so if you get wounded, like how for me it shows wounded 6. Before you could heal above that, which technically you can't do in Shadowrun, and they fixed it. So you can only recover the last damage you received. Well, of course, unless you go to like a hospital, but that's kind of the rules of Shadowrun. Yeah, I didn't want you to go that way, but all right. Good. I don't like that. He's only got 1 AP. Yeah, I want the mage dead. Okay, reload. And that's why shamans aren't that bad. Oh, only 5. I like how he hits her, even though I'm like right next to him. Nice. Crit for 12. Almost. Don't hit me. Thank you. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy. He looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. Part of life. You know that. You were born for this gig, neck puncher. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? I always want to go for the sassy Sancher. Come on, I punched necks for God's sakes. Yeah, it's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass, and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna outlast you. Guess you can drink to me. I love the flashback sequences. Pretty much all the games have the flashback sequence that's the tutorial. You stare at Sam's face on your comlink, shake off the memory, focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I died? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man's switch to send you this call. Got 100,000 new yen insurance policy, payable when you find whoever creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either way works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mangert, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. Turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels over to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Manghart, and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line, so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously. First time. Look, neck puncher, I've led a Drek life and probably left a Drek corpse. I've hurt people. Hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? 100,000 new yen buys a lot of drinks. Or my schedule's pretty clear. Ah, now there we go. I've traded a drinking buddy for a paycheck. Hey, Nicodem. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Well, Seattle can't be any worse than this. But can it? It can. Ah, the dead man's switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step back onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts. Whether from the living or the dead, if you're hurting bad enough for new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. So, I'm going to put this out as a note. If you really like the SNES Shadowrun, I'm glad. If you really like the SNES Shadowrun, you're probably going to stop watching because I hate the SNES Shadowrun. It's the worst Shadowrun game. And they have the guy from SNES Shadowrun, and he's garbage in this game, just like he was garbage in this stupid Super Nintendo one. The Genesis one was actually a Shadowrun game. I'm in the back. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial grade antiseptic. I love this guy. Dude. Oh, I'm gonna consistently need to drink stuff because it is dry as fuck here. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf, whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job," a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it may just be the stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Ugh. Now I'm gonna get a comment saying, "Ew, you burped, you disgusting animal." Sorry, I didn't expect visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? You the coroner? Yes, John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? No one you've heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts. He fixes you with a hard gaze. Careful, friend. I can have Lone Star here in 2 minutes. Now what makes you think I know anything about a Sam Watts? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it, what with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. Nah, Sam did. When his heart stopped, 100,000 new yen was wired to a secure account in my name. I find the killer, I get paid. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over there. Yeah, I know where his body is. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Emerald City Ripper? He sighs. Not my title. It's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. Delicious. Trophy hunter. What was it? Watts's liver was cleanly cut out. What about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing. The third had his spleen removed. Dresden, get out here! Yeah, well, they're doing their thing. Hear about the new Ripper Vic, Sam Watts. Come on. Take it. Thank you. Right, Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face is ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on the body. You can examine the evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Look at the cred stick. Take it. And business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union, but something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Look at the note. You can only see parts of the note given the torn off bits of blood, or bits and blood stains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long to say I'm sore. See you there. Love, Jessica. Let's look at the shirt. Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. We have everything we need. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective. Right out of central casting. You ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow. You can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away.
So this is the new Ripper Vic. Watts? Name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back?
The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles.
Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge.
I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel, has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too.
So, I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon?
Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado.
You're no damn help, dwarf.
The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation.
Who the hell are you?
None of your business, lumpy. His face contorts into a hideous snarl.
You're funny, troll. Maybe we'll find another time to do a little dance later. You and me.
He looks back at the dwarf.
Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion.
Yeah, you run out of here. I'll punch your neck. Who do you think you are? Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? He really didn't seem like my type. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Job's a job, and this one pays better than most. Take that, friend. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work. We have that in common. So what can I help you with? Who's holding his leash? I don't know. But someone with major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky, though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in the first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible that one of the slimier chop stops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. You don't buy that? My name's on the report, but the actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it was suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Have you heard of the Seamstress Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'd probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are easier to get along with. Yeah, one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you, intently, for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything, useful? Do you know where the murder site is or not? Dresden says nothing. A sly smile plays across his face as he turns back to his work, whistling a tune. The opening for this is so long. And we're about to introduce and unintroduce a character that I hate in this game. The cold storage locker is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Well, I don't know what 21 degrees Celsius is in American. I assume it's warm. Open the drawer. Cold storage drawer opens to reveal a fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa! Easy there! Yeah, he's getting the full-on, like, absolute California gay treatment. Because that's what he looks like. And the way he talks, it works. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. A combination that doesn't work, damn it! You can't be a decker and a shaman or a mage at the same time. You would lower your essence cost way too low. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Either you'd be a really shitty hacker or you'd be a really shitty shaman / mage. So really, he doesn't really decide which he's going to be. He's just a jackass that sits in the middle. Also, I'm going to turn up the volume just a little bit so the screen might flicker. Because it is really low. And the music in this game is outstanding. But anyway. No, come on. Get back up here. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. What do I look like, a damn alarm clock? Give me a break, chummer. I haven't had my soy calf yet. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? Yeah, I'll ask the questions. What the hell are you doing in a morgue locker? Actually, I really don't care about him. I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then. Name's Jake, and you are... Call me Neck Puncher. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. Might be able to help you out with that. Help you out. I just added that. I was with Sam the other night. The night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Stream Sisters Union that night. Tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kaboto asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't go exactly according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Okay, seriously, you're supposed to be the hero of another story and you can't even beat Halloweeners? That's like the first things you start fighting in the Sega Genesis one. Like, you suck, Jake Armitage, or Armitage, whatever you want to call yourself. Jake smiles. You get the impression that it didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though. That's the last I saw of him, until he turned up here. Dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. Yeah, great. So you don't know anything about his death. I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barons for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there if those slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leaders got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place that Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit the streets alone at night. Trust me. Jake eyes you up and down. And maybe I'll throw some decent supplies while we're at it. Throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What'd you say? I don't work for free. I fight, I get paid in new yen, not tours. Guess I'd say the same in your shoes. Fine, here's a credit stick with 1,000 new yen with your name on it. Help me dust those ganger and it's yours. Yeah, make it 1,500. Hard bargainer! Alright, 1,500 it is, but you better be worth it. I'm good for the fight if you're good for the money. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. But this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to the morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? Let's do no guns for me. Melee's my game. And he gives me a baseball bat. Now, you can take the rifle and sell it for more, but I'm already bilking him for 1,500 new yen, so. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Just watch my back. Don't make me regret this. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you. Yet. Yeah. That's the voice he's getting for the rest of the game. He deserves it. After making the worst Shadowrun game, which Nintendo fans like have a hard boner for, even though it's terrible. But then again, now they're going to buy $70 pieces of cardboard called Labo, so what the fuck do Nintendo fans know about anything? The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. Doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. Also, I won't need money for much in this game. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. Does the bus stop here? Looking for a date? Trolls are my favorite. Good hiding place. Moron. Hidden in the garbage strewn in the alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. I got a grenade. Hand over the loot, bozos! Huh? Huh? You want to try me? I'll switch back to my fist. Punchatized. Now, Jake is pretty terrible all around. His healing does little to no healing. The flamethrower does little to no damage. This is his best spell, and it's only 12%. Even though I think if you don't have essence loss, it's like 15 or 16%. Like, if I did it on myself, I think it's like 15 or 16%. But let's go over here and hit him. I don't really need cover this early in the game. There we go. Finally a crit. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Yeah, same Drek in every city these days. True. I've been around, but Seattle's still a runner's paradise as far as I'm concerned. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Alright, anyway. So, we have 2 points, which 2 points won't get us jack or shit. Probably get like a dodge. But I think I'd rather save up. Because dodge is pretty decent, but I'd truthfully rather like another point in strength. I mean, I could put it... Yeah, I'll just put 1 into close combat. Close combat's gonna need to go up anyway. As far as equipment... well, I can't drop that yet. So I'm gonna have to switch out of the baseball bat all the time. Do like the graffiti. I don't usually like kitschy Native American stuff, but that's one of the few that I'm okay with. Let's talk to Sarah. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business. I wouldn't go that way. Frag off. Sheesh, chill out. I was just trying to warn you. The man before you appears well-mannered but nervous. Excuse me, sir. I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in your fight, and we need some help. I only fight when I've been paid to. Oh, we can pay you. Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them forever, but no one is going to stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. Okay. How many of them are there, and how much are they paying you? I think there's only 2 of them right now. I can't talk about price, but Mrs. James will surely reward you fairly. Yeah, my current client is pretty patient. Where are they? Oh, thank you. Just head north. You'll see it at the end of the street. Let's go punch some necks. Commerce is like a weed, taking root in the cracks and crevices of the world whenever it can. A small street market has flourished here amidst the crumbling buildings of the Breadman Barrens. Hey, bitch ass. The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The older woman is holding firm, but you can see a thug's patience is fading fast. He looks like he's about to start breaking things. Who the hell are you? Hey, punk, I've got a better idea. Hand over today's take and I'll let you leave alive.
Hey now, let's not get all nuclear here, chummer. I'm sure we can work something out.
He slowly reaches in his pockets, holding out a bundle of new yen. His hand is visibly trembling. Yeah, let's slap it out of his hand.
I knew you were just looking to cause static. Dash! Ice this guy! You're fragging dead.
Huh? You gonna hit me with the baseball bat? Oh, she actually missed?
I cannot thank you enough. I hate to see such bloodshed, but those men would not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world.
The shopkeeper holds out a few new yen.
Please. It's the least we can do.
Yeah, keep it. You need it more than I do. I think she only gives you like 100 new yen or something. It's pretty much pitiful and worthless.
Thank you.
Alright. I need more necks to punch.
Don't go to the market. Don't hurt me.
Oh, look at the Halloweeners and their cute little pumpkin decals. Halloweener Sentry.
Hey, asswipes! Take another step forward and we're gonna plant you right there. This is Halloweener property now.
This is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now.
Wait a minute. You're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty. And killing you? Well, that's a nice bonus.
Guess again, ass butt. You think your paltry shotgun can hurt me? Let's see who'd be the worst. 44%. Oh, Jake, you're actually hitting. What miracle of miracles is this? She technically shouldn't be able to do anything on him, because he's behind a wall. How much am I hurt? 5? Yeah, it's worth it. I'm not going to read their small dialogue.
Whoa, whoa, uncle. I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah?
Dirtbags like you don't need second chances.
Oh, Drac.
Hit me for 16. Karma gained 1. So now I have 3. Let's go ahead and... Come on. Hate that quickness comes first. I mean, I could get that. You know what, I'll wait. Because I'm about to get more. Fresh fruit picked daily. It's very questionable. Oh yeah, I think there's something we can do here first. Dan the Donut Man. We kissed. The smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is almost enough to overpower the dusty sewage stench of Redmond streets. The troll working the stand is covered in food stains older than he is.
What can I get for you, chummer?
Jelly donut and a soy calf. Did you see the murder in the alley across the way?
Nope, I was closed when it happened, but hey, it's the Barons. A back alley killing's nothing new around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this Ripper business is that some of the victims are real people. You know, folks with sins.
What can you tell me about the Barons?
The Barons? Hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. This stretch we're on is called Touristville, though, and I suppose the closest thing around here to respectable. Fewer muggings, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. Wouldn't recommend it, though.
He scratches his armpit.
Now behind me, that's the Seamstress Union. You want drinks, drugs, favors, or information around here, the Union's your spot. Hell, that place is the reason I'm in business. Folks get the munchies when they party. Mrs. Kubota owns the joint. She's quality. Hard woman, but fair.
See you around. Yeah, Dan the Donut Man gives you a lot more attitude if you're not a troll. Or if you don't buy his stuff, that is. As you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead. Whoa, hold up a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a corp-issued bounty. And the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. Huh. Sorry, friend. I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take Nuyen where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. What, you want a hug or something? Ha! He starts to leave, then tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstress Union. It's just down the street. You need gear, information, or just a damn stiff drink? That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years back in the day. Make the right friends there, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this Ripper business. Well, nice knowing ya. Jake turns and disappears in the shadowy depths of Redmond Barrens. Yeah, that's unfortunately not the last we'll see of him. I was kind of hoping that would be it, but it's not. Let's talk to William. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and the dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance of the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need my stuff from the alley or I'm gonna die in the cold tonight. I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation. I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got rights. Look, you sinless garbage. I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket or I'll find a reason to use my stun baton. Typical. I hate all you pigs. The officer, he looks in your direction. Now what? Yeah, so since we got the donut and coffee, we can sneak past him. Long night, eh? You looked cold, so I picked up a donut and some soy calf for you. Hey, thanks. The officer's face lights up as he takes a sip. He seems pretty trusting for an officer of the law. You know, when my dad was a cop, this was back when cops actually worked for the government. He said folks would buy him coffee all the time. I ain't seen it till now, so what can I do for you? Yeah, I'm actually working for the dead man to help find his killer. Can I come to the alley and look around a bit? Your client in the chalk line? That's messed up, man. But I respect it, okay? But don't go messing anything up. Not that anyone would likely notice because the forensics aren't coming back. Tee-hee. Shards of glass from broken lights. Yeah, pick up the coat and blanket. As you pick up the bundle of cloth, a printed receipt falls out from beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab from the Seamstress Union, dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m., right around the coroner's reported time of death. The customer, Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Gain 1 karma. Okay. There are two distinct set of footprints, humans ending at the chalk line, and a larger set, possibly an orc or a troll, following just behind the first. This work light is new. You can see that all the alley's normal lights have been ruined. Upon closer inspection, it seems they've all imploded, as if some force shattered them all at the same time. The streets have not been so kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. This man is clearly a survivor, though one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis.
You! I saw you over there with that rat bastard cop. What do you want?
Here, have some coat and blankets.
My stuff! Mighty decent of you. Don't see that kind of thing too often out here.
You know anything about the murder? He squints at you, suspicious.
You a copper? Or working for some corp?
Yeah, I'm an undercover corporate agent. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Nope, sinless as you.
Hey, what makes you think I'm sinless? Huh, just messing with you. Of course I'm sinless. System ID number my ass. What kind of questions you got?
Did you see the murder?
Nope. Can't say. I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. James up at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerk-face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley.
What else did you see?
Well, earlier that night, I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scrubs snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf off of Dan over there. Seemed nervous, and he did everything with his left hand because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware.
Can you tell me more about this cyberware?
Well, it was big. I think it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. Was a lot like one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me. Let me tell you, never trusted one of them cyber people.
Well, that's all I need to know, thanks.
See you around.
Alright, Dan. The lying donut man. What can I get you, chummer? Sell some donuts to a troll wearing scrubs last night?
Maybe. What's it to you? I sell a lot of donuts. To a lot of people. I know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. Tell them about a troll that bought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone will pay the bail. Not today, my friend.
I'll see you around. I'm a troll. You should respect me. Respect me. Let's talk to Sally. The dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. Great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there? She grunts. Sure. I was closing up and I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. A couple seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him when all the lights in the alley exploded all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. No, you're not much help. That's not my problem. Well, let's go to the Seamstress Union and continue wrecking my voice with the 8,000 voices and the overwhelming amount of dialogue before this game actually gets going. That's probably the worst part about this game, but otherwise, it's probably my favorite. I mean, character-wise, I like Dragonfall much better. The Seamstress Union. Relative to the rest of the barons, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstress Union, housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of Illegal and Opportunity. Bums huddle together, gangers strut the streets, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing on the gutters adds to the effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everybody knows your name but keeps it to themselves. The bartender is a striking elf, sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize, save me, and take me in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for maximum extraction of tips. Trolls are used to sneers from beauties like this, but she smiles sweetly when she sees you. Hey there, I haven't seen you here before. What can I get you? Yeah, how about a date? I found a bar tab with Coyote's name on it. She here? She looks worried. No, I think she's away on business. Business, huh? She a shaman with a name like Coyote? She laughs. No, she shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. Her face falls. She's been missing since yesterday. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. She starts to turn away when a man with the face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm hard. It's clear the two have a history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Cherry, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out here and he's real. The last killing happened just down the block, and now Coyote's missing. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb, think. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a PH freaking D from UW in neuroprosthetics studying under Ojimans. And how am I paying for it? Bartending. Tips. There are faster ways for a Baron's girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? I want what you want. A better life. A better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. I've heard this all before. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood. Cherry Bomb's pretty face is hard, armored in lipsticks and low expectations. Lipsticks. Jesus. The Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. This isn't about the money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. Attend a discovery meeting. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I'd choose them over any of your Brotherhood members. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question that the conversation is over, Cherry Bomb turns her back on him. Sorry, I got interrupted. Sorry you had to go through that. Sounds like you got big plans for yourself. Boyfriend find religion? Her eyes narrow. Something like that. You got a look that says you're not just here for entertainment. Are you a badge? I think you know the answer to that. She regards you with a smirk. I do. You're independent. We're trained to spot a bronze a minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? I have a few questions. Ask away. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? I'm trying to go for the story as quickly as possible. I am going to skip some story events because they're pointless. But most of them are generally helpful. But there's a way to essentially skip like 2 days in the story, which I'm going to do because there's no point to do it unless you're playing on like hard or you're a perfectionist. She nods. Sam was a regular customer and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been here. Talking a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pocket, it went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him, though. You see Sam the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. Yeah, who's that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend. He used to work here. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood, and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that dreck. Who runs this place? I want to talk to them. That'd be Miss Kubota. She's in the back. Can't miss her. Whiz. Nil sweat. Talk to you later. There's no point about talking about anything else.
Hey, guy. I got some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. You want first dibs?
I'll take a look. So, let's get some good stuff. I could get dodge +1. But we're going... Let's see. No, it's at the top of the list. Hit point +3 is pointless. Intelligence +1. Charisma. Willpower. Yeah. Let's get the ninja. The system's a little confusing because you have to hit the arrows to move things back and forth. Frag grenade. Do I want a concussion? I'll put the concussion away. And look, now I'm dressed like a ninja. A gigantic troll ninja who isn't, at all sneaky. Yeah, it is worth 60. And now we have 8 points. So, first thing... Perfect. Also, I get the feeling that the music's still quiet. But not really sure. Nerps. Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of a troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw.
Welcome. Behave yourself.
Funny place for the architect to put up a wall.
Load bearing, too. You have business here?
Looking into the death of Sam Watts.
Heard about that. Real shame what happened to him.
There's a sharpness in Kluwe's eyes. The look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. You ever had to toss Sam out on his ass?
Not so much toss as nudge on his way. Sam was a drunk. He usually wasn't a violent one.
Usually? What about the night he died?
He was a bit agitated. Didn't catch the specifics. Might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out. I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead.
Keep those eyes and ears open.
Always do.
So anyway, now we're a VIP. I'm not going to talk to Johnny Clean. Let's talk to Noog. Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. I told you, it's not like that at all. Bring me proof and you shall have it. I am honored, your majesty. That is why I said to use mustard instead of catsup. Forgive me, Jean. I was a fool. He looks you in the eye. His other conversations on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. No thanks, not interested. Either way, let's talk to Miss Kubota. Miss Kubota watches you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see she's mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house. Mess with it at your peril." But her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Konbanwa. Good evening. My, aren't you a big, powerful troll? Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely. Or is this business? Business. I suspected as much when you walked in, oh my. What business do you have with me? I'm looking for information. She eyes you suspiciously. Of course you are. Knowledge is power, ne? So I've been told. So, Ka. Why should I help you? Sam Watts looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you are the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk. He is a avenging angel who would strike back for him from beyond the grave. What do you want to know? Where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. I would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. She's dangerous, why fear for her? Please. If you are what I think you are, you know there is always someone more dangerous. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here is the key. Now, there's a puzzle up here that I hate. I hate this puzzle so much. Now, you can actually break into that. There's not much in there. I think it's just some med kits and grenades. And this, I believe, is Cherry Bomb's room. But you can't search anything. So, we have lots of stuff to look up. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. A framed painting of Chicago skyline, done in stylized silhouette. Looks like Coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. Alright. There is a receipt stuck between the pages and the diary entry. Read the diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, the real Paco. But this cutter Dreki keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him that he doesn't need cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstress Union. But he still goes on these runs with these bozos all over my floor. I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it always have to be one way? As soon as the last cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, he'd be sleeping in the alley. Of course he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want to leave him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year. Got my bartending license, got this apartment, and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me, more than his involvement with the cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together, slice out the fear that comes along with it. Let's look at the receipt. Receipt for a Browning max power pistol from Gin Park downstairs, with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. Flip to a different page. Paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Let's read the poem. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. And before I do this, let me just check one thing, because so far everything looks like it's looking good. I don't know why that says offline. Looks like everything's running smooth. I'm just making sure everything's going smooth. Okay, good. This is the first time I'm using this service, so I want to make sure it's actually working. Alright, read the diary entry. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind. Or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. Wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a, "See you in a few hours, babe." Returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help us out or to avoid the subject and conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. There is a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Let's look at the picture. Picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has shadow scrawled on it. Inspect the receipt. A cash on delivery receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. There's a receipt, an old photograph stuck between the pages. Is this the same one? Yeah, it is. Let's go to the 4th. A receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom door. Set combination to 342436. Input the code found on Coyote's diary. The safe beeps cheerfully in response, and the door comes open. And a frag grenade in a safe. Alright. Coyote's computer is an ancient, probably fished it out of a junkyard. Is ancient, not is an ancient. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust cake fans to spin up, only to display the on-screen password. Without the password, the only other button on screen is a password recovery. Let's be a hacker. So this is the puzzle that is irritating. There's a way to... Yeah, let's do this first. Because I thought one of the pages in the diary has something in here. It's a wall combination. That's a zebra meat. And that's the picture with the snake. I thought there was somewhere else you could read, because there's like a couple pieces of information that I'm guessing you just have to guess. Yeah, Shadow was her first pet. Favorite musical act. This is the part that's terrible, which I never remember. Let's just do Maria Mercurial. Hometown, Chicago. Yeah. So basically, I think this one is the one that is a pain in the ass. I never remember it. Okay. Yeah, Starfire. I don't know where you get Starfire from. I think you have to ask like Cherry Bomb or something, and then you can do it. Calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for a date at Pike Place Market, due in 30 minutes. Okay, his contact list is exactly one entry, someone named Paco. There's no comlink number or other contact information for him available. Does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. A quick scan of her recent searches shows that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. No. So yeah, now we're gonna go look for Paco. How can I help you? You heard of Maury's Meat Emporium? She twists her face in disgust. No, I am a vegetarian. Jin Park sold a gun to Coyote? I'd be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but around here you need a gun just to take the trash out to the dumpster. Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, a member of the Cutters. He is a good kid in a nasty line of work. I warned Coyote about getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. Coyote had a date? If you would go down there, it might bring me peace of mind. I'll call a cab for you. It should be able to get you there in time. Gambate kudasai. Good luck. So let's get this mission done. Let's talk to Jin Parks while we're at it. Need some hardware? Did you sell a Browning Max Power to Coyote, the bartender? Hey, guy, I'm discreet. I don't talk about what my clients or what they buy. Bad for biz. However, I'm sure she would recommend me if she was a customer, which I'm not saying she is. Cut the drac. Fine. She said she needed to stop a wild dog flat in its tracks. Need some hardware? Why, what do you have? Yeah. She has a whole bunch of stuff. I should probably get another med kit even though it's overpriced. Good. And actually, we have to talk to one more person. Oh, I don't have to. No gigs at the moment. Yeah. You can talk to Cherry Bomb and she tells you a little more about stuff. But, not really worth it. It's just filler. Filler nonsense that I don't need. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate arcologies. For many, these arcologies are home. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things, legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smell of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. So, funny story about Pike Place Market. In one of my jobs, actually two of my jobs to be correct, but I didn't take part in it. The other job was this terrible thing about how to be a fish or something like that. And it's about these people who are like, oh, have fun with your work, make work fun, so that way your fun is infectious and it spreads to people. And it's literally these people who have a fish market, and they're like throwing the fish around on the floor. They're like trying to get people to kiss the fish. They're having the fish talk to people. They're like dancing around like idiots. I'd be like, look, jackass, I just want to fish. Like, Good. I'm glad you're having fun with your job, but I really could care less. I'm just here for the goddamn fish. Like, if you make your life, every day fun for you, work can be good too. Or you could just pick a job that doesn't suck. Like, fucking seriously? You shouldn't have to, force yourself to feel joy in your job. Your job should generate joy or be just a job. Like, fucking stupid. Philosophy of the fish or whatever it is. It's stupidest corporate bullshit. It's like, you better be happy at your job. And if you're not happy, it's not your job's responsibility. I mean, technically it isn't. No, let's not talk to the Universal Brotherhood. Actually, they're in the way, so yeah, let's talk to them. Patrick. The handsome young man turns away from the crowd and fixes you with his full, completely undivided attention. Sir, you are a beautiful troll, but you could be so much more. What are you selling? I'm not selling anything. We're giving away the secrets to a more fulfilling, happy, and productive life. Okay, I'll bite. What are the secrets to a more fulfilling, happy, and productive life? The first step is to simply come and listen. Tomorrow night, Lynn Telestrian will be speaking about the importance of family in the sixth world. Please join us tomorrow, and the secrets to a better life shall be revealed to you. He smiles and turns back to the crowd. I wish I just had an attack button. Refurbished flowers for sale. No thanks. Synth juice for sale. Just fab today. So, let's talk to Paco. The kid in front of you sports a trademark yellow Cutters. The trademark yellow of the Cutters gang. Young, clean-shaven, he stands like he owns the street and everyone on it. He seems distracted, though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. Watch yourself, Trog. What do you want? Careful, kid. You Paco? Who the hell are you? I'm the one who's going to pretend you have better manners. I need to find Coyote. And you need to tell me why you think that's my problem. I'm not her boss. Find her yourself. I was just at the union. She's missed 2 shifts, and Miss Kubota hasn't been able to reach her on the comm. The tough guy swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone, and before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Look at this fucking stupid heart, Jesus heart tattoo. Fuck off. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Yeah, you ever heard of a place called Maury's Meat Market? Coyote a receipt for some zebra meat there. What? You've been rummaging through her stuff? Yeah, the shop's just down the block. What the hell would she need zebra meat for, though? Beats me. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know of him, sure. Blake doesn't allow any cutters to take side gigs, though, so I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't said anything about taking new work. Wait a minute. Drac! I know where she went. Damn, why couldn't she wait, damn it? Paco, slow down. Where'd she go? The Royale Apartments. The landlord Stevie J runs a drug ring out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilah was looking for runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job, I'm sure of it. And if his thugs caught her... There's a grim determination in Paco's eyes. I'm going over there. You coming? Yeah, I'll help you get Coyote back, but you better be able to handle yourself in a fight. Things might get ugly. Of course I know my way around a fight. Stevie J better be ready for a world of hurt. Paco curls his hand into a fist. Now let's get moving. The Royale is just a few blocks from here. Got dog on a stick here. The small meat stand presents an enormously an enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow and canine to the exotic and the paranormal. The pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry.
What do you want? You know we can't afford more.
Relax, man. My friend just had a question. You must be Maury. Do I look like that fat old man to you? I'm Manny. Maury's my dad. Now what do you want? What would someone want to buy zebra meat for? Some people eat it. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend that. Tough as nails. We mostly sell it to corp security teams who use it to reward their hellhounds. The flamers go crazy for that stuff for some reason. Oh, Drek. That's why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everybody talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up somewhere in the Royale, and if she never picked it up... Whatever. Want anything else? I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? I'll look it up. Yeah, got it right here. 2 days past the pickup time. Didn't think anyone was going to come for it. Here, it's all yours now. I'll be leaving. I need a drink. But as your eyes adjust the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman, dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic streaks across Paco's face. Oh no. Is that Coyote? This isn't happening, goddammit. Paco breathed. Now take a closer look. Is that her? Paco stepped forward and breathes a huge sigh of relief. No, it's not her. Thank God. Look. Oh, excuse me. Look. Let's not hang around here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star pigs around. Paco looks over at the victim again. It's too bad. Whatever happened here, I'm not going to let anything like this happen to Coyote. Anyway, I'm losing my voice steadily. And we have 6 more points, so let's spend them real fast. Let's get a little more... Let's see, do I want... Yeah, I can't get strength, so let's get some body. So we have 10 more hit points. Up to 60. Not too bad. But I'm going to save it right here. Also because I have to get things done. Come on. I also have to delete a lot of save files. But either way, I thank you all for watching. And my next stream will be 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday night, which will be Crusader Kings, and this will continue on Monday at probably, I'm going to say 1 o'clock, because I'm going to move my 11 a.m.s to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But either way, have a wonderful rest of your day.